and radio on 88.5 FM on the Copperbelt, to 95.5 FM in Kapiriamposhi, Central Zambia on 95.1 FM. Nation's capital Lusaka on 95.3 FM, and Livingston, the tourist capital, on 91.7 FM. DSTV audio channel 916 and GoTV audio channel 302. Zambia's first and finest visual radio. Everyone is not just listening, everyone is watching. Stay tuned. You are watching and listening. You are watching and listening to Sun FM TV.
Good morning, our lovely viewers of Sun FM TV and Sun Sports. I'm glad that you could join us on today's edition of Sports with the Boys, which comes your way every Saturday from 10 through to 11. I'm your host. My name is Lamek Zulu, professionally known as Four Legs. So today we have so much to talk about. Just before I introduce the boys in the studio, we'll talk about what is happening in the world of judo. Zambia minting some medals in South Africa. That was very, very good news. And then also grassroots football is what we're going to focus on, because the Mopani IRH Challenge Cup is back for the second year. And then we talk about the Copper Queens, who are representing the country obviously during the Women Africa Cup of Nations, which is set to kick off next week Saturday, when Zambia takes on Morocco for their first game. And then also we have some sad news coming through. Ndola United losing one of their players. So this is something that we are going to look at as well. And then there are some issues that are happening at Musa Kasonka Stadium that need urgent attention. So we are going to quickly discuss those things. I'm not alone in the studio. I have three boys with me. Kennedy Siafunda in the Barcelona jersey. How are you doing today?
Ndola has lost a prominent player.
Yeah.
It's not good for Ndola.
It's not good for Ndola United. I mean, I've noted that in my preamble. Coach Muzo, muleo mfashani leo.
Naba tupusha balesa. Tufile fetu watotel.
Ba coach wa Madalas.
Come on.
How is your team doing, by the way?
No, we've not had the game for some time. Kaiwa Ndola keep fit, they might be a good team, but wala tutina. You disbanded the team.
Anyway, you continue this argument later. Then Sean Mulite, how has been your week?
It's been all right. Sad news coming in the world of football. You know, Kamavinga, Ndola United player, not popularly known as Kamavinga. Sad news there. It's not good to lose such young talent. And also, what can we say? Sincere condolences to the Ndola United family, and also I'd like to express condolences to Coach Saili Kape, who lost her mother yesterday. Sad news, a lot of sad news coming in the world of football. Yeah, but anyway, we're here. We pick it up from where we left off from.
Okay, let's look at this. The Zambia judo national team secured 3 bronze medals on day 1 of the 2025 Africa Judo Championship in Pretoria, South Africa. Obviously, one of female player Rita Kavin glory with solid performance in negative 63G. Kennedy, you understand judo. I remember the other time we were talking about Sensor Asa. You had, very good sentiments.
Asa Chiveka.
Yes, Asa Chiveka. Kennedy had some very good sentiments about judo. So explain to us, in terms of kgs, when they say negative 63, what is the significance of the weight?
Judo, they go according to how you are weight. They put categories. For instance, if they say 40, okay, let me say 50 to 60. So you can only fight when you are within that range, because judo, it's a sport of lifting the opponent and make sure that you throw the opponent to the ground, to the mat, so to say. So, for instance, if you are 35 kgs, you cannot fight with people who are about to let me say like 60 kgs and above. So they categorize. So that was the category in which was put into. So judo goes with categories. Of course, it goes with the belt, but categories, they matter because it's a game of lifting. For instance, if you are 35, they don't expect you to lift somebody, to take down somebody who is about 70 kgs. No.
It's not. Explain to us about the belts. Karate has belts, judo has belts.
Yes.
Are they the same in terms of rankings?
Of course, they are the same in terms of ranking. They start, of course, it starts with the yellow boy. When you like the term karate, this is just a general term. You get what I mean?
Yes.
So in karate, there are a lot of various sports. Of course, judo is one of them. Though judo, sometimes they put it out of karate. Karate, according to the Japanese, they say it's empty hand way of fighting. Yes.
Okay.
So that is why they say the Japanese actually, it's originated, of course, like general karate, it's from Okinawa. Then during the World Wars, those guys, they didn't have weapons. So the only weapons that they could fight was using the hands. So now, they made it as a sport. They started like grading, so to say, grade 1, grade 2, grade 2, up to I think the highest that I've known, I think, like Putin, I think is about 10th dan or so. A dan, when you take it to English term, it's a degree.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you can start degrees. You have a first degree, you have a second degree, you have, it goes forth on, on and on. But what retards people, like in Africa, what is affecting us are the facilities. Yes, but when you go to Japan, you'd find a 25-year-old boy, he's about 3rd dan, which is very difficult to achieve in Africa because of the facilities. To them, it's a way of life. That is why people, they say, karate, it's a way of life.
Oh,
because it's not something that you need to stop. You just need to continue as long as you live. As long as
I karateka yourself.
I'm not, actually, I'm from the dojo. I went for training this morning. And today, again, just take advantage, there's a grading in Kitwe, Zambia national grading under Shotokan. So, this is what I'm saying. It has got no age. You can even start karate at 100 years.
Oh.
Yes.
Sean, are you willing to start?
Can you say like it has no age? So definitely, I'm getting tempted right now to. Can we go together to dojo?
You are welcome. So
yeah,
it's a sport. They brought it as sports, but when you go to Okinawa, of course, in Japan, there's what we call traditional and modern karate. So modern karate, they started grading some people. That is where you hear there are two terms that they use too much, both in judo and the karate. Okay, let me say general martial art. There is a senpai and a sensei.
What's the difference?
A sensei in Japanese, English, Japan to English, it's teacher.
Oh, okay.
A senpai is a student.
Ah, okay. Oh. So it's actually just the opposite.
You are looking at him in shock. Maybe you have a question or two.
It's like that. All I know is that there are two things he knows. The other one I won't mention, and Sean knows the other thing. But
so when you meet somebody, you meet somebody. Yes. He says, like, if I meet Sean, I say, oh sensei, it's a respect. You need to to respect. Meaning, Sean is senior to me. So if I'm senior, it's like the ranks in the military.
Yeah.
If you are senior to me, I need to pay compliment to you. Vice versa.
Okay.
That's what happens.
Okay, so now let's
But
listen.
how was the master term coming?
Okay, you ask later. Let's take a listen to what the lady Rita Kabinda said after she was given this medal. She actually got bronze, and I'm surprised Zambians are only getting bronze. Oliver, let's go to Rita Kabin. Okay.
I fight in the minus 63 kgs categories. I got a bronze medal in the minus 63 kg. I'm happy, I'm proud, like I've learned a lot from this. It's being my first time fighting in the minus 63 kgs at one international tournament.
Okay, that's her, and this is what she said after winning that medal. Now, in the men's category, we had Simon Zulu, who fought his way to the podium, negative 66. I think we've learned a lot. Now we understand. I think Kennedy has already laid the foundation. And then Mungandu won the negative 73 category after a series of matches. So let's take a listen to Simon Zulu and Mungandu back to back, and then we can.
This first bronze medal in 73 kg because I said it before that I will do my best, but I don't know the exact medal I'll get. But I'm so happy to achieve the bronze medal. My weight was 68 kg when I was fighting, so I was underweight, but through experience I managed to get the bronze medal. Within 73 I can do it.
This is a very big achievement for Zambia Judo, because all these guys are just from changing their weight categories. Stephen Mungandu is 66, now he has been increased into 73 kg. And Rita Kabinda, she is from just from 57 kg, now she is in 63 kg.
Okay, so I mean, we've managed to listen to the athletes and the delegation leader, which is very, very nice. At least we understand they represented Zambia very well. And in the world of karate, our under-17 boys are heading to Angola. So they're already in Angola. So we can only hope and pray that they will also bring us glory. Wamuzo, when was the last time you watched karate or martial art?
I don't remember. No, to be honest, I don't remember.
I think just to add on that one, speaking of last time we watched karate or martial arts, recently here in Ndola, Asa Chibeka with his Shodai Academy had a tournament that took place at Fatmos. It attracted so many clubs from Lusaka and parts of the Copper Belt and different parts of the Copper Belt. It was quite interesting, and now that what you've explained to me, it actually made sense to me, because like that time around, I was watching and it was actually graced by Honorable Elvis Nkandu, the sports minister. So now it's more or less like that situation where you walk in, then you start witnessing and you're seeing whatever that's going on, and then you have no much knowledge about it. But now that you've explained it, it has actually made sense. So probably maybe we should have a clip somewhere that's going to be running very soon on Science Sports TV. They should be looking out for that. Yes. Mm-hmm.
For Shotokan,
under
JKA.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
JKA means the Japan Karate Association, where all the, like those in Shotokan, you cannot be recognized not until you affiliate yourself to Japan, just for guidance sake. Mm-hmm. So in August, on a date that I'm not, I think I'll be able to give you. There will be a tournament now, country tournament that is it will be held in Chirabombo, I think in August. But as for today, 28th, there's a national grading for Shotokan. So this is what I'm saying. There is the Shotokan, the style for Arthur, then there is the Dentokan. There are a lot of things, but when you put them, you call them karate. So even the boys who have gone to Angola. I don't know the sports.
It's
karate.
karate.
Because yeah, in general you say it's karate, but maybe they are coming from Dentokan. This is what we mean. So it's just a movement. It's a style on its own. Yeah, but of course the advantage, just to the viewers and to the listeners there, it gives a discipline. Why I'm saying it gives a discipline is because when you are trained in martial art, you don't just fight. You think before you fight. That is why it's called a self-defense. So you only there defend yourself, you don't fight. Yeah. So it's very good for just ordinary life because there is one thing that I always believe in, the principle. People who fight, they don't know why they are fighting for. Ask him why you fought at because he insulted me. But this is what is a defense. You can only come in 4 legs is under attack. Ramuzo has to defend you. Which when the issue, if there is an injury or death involved there, it's in law. There is a principle of what I'm saying, defense now, self-defense. Yeah. So he acted under the principle of that. But it's a good discipline because it teaches, especially the youngsters, not to fight anyhow, not to abuse people, this and that.
Okay.
Which is very
I think a lot of junkies need to be schooled in that area. Yes. Okay, let's move on to our next topic of our discussion. Now, Mopani Copa Mines have reaffirmed their commitment to develop grassroots football. Amuzo, this one is critical for you. You've been in a football circles for a long time. There's always this debate. Back in the days, we used to have the reserve league. The B sides playing before the A side. I think that has gone into oblivion because we don't have that anymore. So how are we going to revamp our football if we don't have that? Because obviously Mopani has taken the initiative. Now this is only for 2 teams. For the teams they sponsor. Remember, Mopani sponsors Mighty and Nkana. So this is a tournament they've organized. It's a pre-season tournament where before the A team plays, their under 15 team will play, their under 20 will play, and then they have the women, and then they have the main teams playing against each other. And it's 2 legs. So there's a date for the first leg, which is 19, and the second leg is on August 2nd. Now, your thought on this one? How can we revamp football if we don't have the reserve leagues, if we don't go back to the grassroots?
You've just reminded me that I remember when the first stadium I went into, I started watching football, it was Concora Stadium. And every time, in Shiravombwe, we're always going early to watch the Concora B playing against the opponents who are coming. So nowadays, just like you've put it, people were coming from that B side fighting for the place in the A side. So nowadays it's not there. All you hear is young Zesco, young Kana, young Power, which is, personally speaking, I could say it's not playing its role of developing football, because even them they are eyeing for that promotion to go to the Super League or to the national division. So which is very unfortunate, because you'd find the 2 teams, young Zesco and the Zesco senior team, they are in the Super League. At some point we had 2 teams, I've just forgotten who.
Young Buffaloes and Green Buffaloes.
Green Buffaloes and Young Buffaloes. Yes. So which is the B team? There's no that row of development which is going on there. That's why they should recall and revamp the B teams to be there in the team, so that those upcoming players should be pushing to go and dislodge someone who is there in the senior team. So I don't know what criteria they are using. Maybe we should give kudos to Mopani for the tournament they are organizing, because starting from the under 15 going upwards, it's really a good gesture.
Okay. Kennedy, your thoughts on this one, grassroots football?
Yeah, definitely it's a good idea, but you know where the problem, due to time, even when you go to Europe now, Manchester United or Manchester City, they don't have Manchester B. Instead, they have created leagues for
academies.
Academies, junior teams. So to me, this is the same language. They just it's the same thing, but it's just the names that are different. Now I think it's better because it's a league on its own. Let's pick an example of Power Dynamos B team, which is Young Power.
Which is
they
now
are in
Young
the league,
Power.
they are competing in the Copper Belt. But what they do, they have just made it that you guys never qualify to the Premier. They have a stage where they end, and most of the players are coming from there. Example of Joshua Mutale is coming from there. So John Chingandu came from under Zesco. So this is what I'm saying. It's the same thing, but it's just a different name. Actually, at the moment, it's more competitive because they have created leagues and registered them with our FA. But talking on the Mopani derby, I think it's a good idea because they have incorporated all the teams starting from the under 17. I don't think the under 15 from Nkana, they have ever played the under 15 from Martin Freelanders. But, I feel the mine is also a fish in one or another. We also need to benefit from the cake of the mine. They are Zambian mines. Let them also start calling other teams. If they had maybe wanted to make it so clean and so competitive, they have maybe incorporated all the teams on the Copper Belt.
Okay.
Yes.
That's a good idea. Sean?
Okay, all right. If I can put my 2 cents on this one, it is, yes, definitely a very good initiative. Most companies, especially like you've put it, Kennedy, most companies involved in mining activities here on the Copper Belt, not just mining, even in other, industries, sectors should actually emulate what Mopani is doing. Corporate social responsibility is actually a key, when it comes to sports. Back in the day, yes, the Copper Belt was the hub of, sports talent, different disciplines. Because why? ZCCM would pump a lot of sponsorship when it comes to, sporting disciplines. And the facilities back in the day were still there. And I think even up to now, although most of them are white elephants, they are still there. So now, going to the talent part of things, it is a very good initiative because why? You cannot afford every time, especially teams, especially like when you go to the next season, as we go into the next season, reinforcement of teams of players. You're buying these players that come from there. Okay, quite right. Yes, we can. But actually, reinforcement should also, I feel, should be given those players, because they're hungry for success. They should be given platforms. And when they're given platforms, they are smart, like Coach Musa spotted. Some players who are currently there, results will be seen on the pitch. So definitely something that we should applaud.
Okay, Oliver, let's stand by for Charles Sakanya and Gareth Taylor as they talk to us about this particular initiative that Mopani has put up, obviously in conjunction with the IRH. So Gareth Taylor is IRH Director of Operations, and he did express concern, actually, that both teams at one point were almost relegated. He was happy that they survived. So he hopes this initiative will actually help them do better this season. Oliver, let's go to Charles Sakanya.
It brings me great joy to stand before you today as we officially announce the return of the IRH Mopani Challenge Cup for its second edition. Following the tremendous success of last year's inaugural tournament, we are excited to establish this as an annual tradition, one that not only showcases the exceptional talent of our local team, but also fosters community spirit and promotes charitable giving. Please mark your calendars for the 19th of July 2025, when the first leg of the Challenge Cup will take place at Nkana Stadium. The excitement continues with the second leg on 2nd August 2025 to be held at Shin.
Well, I think anything that helps improve the performance of top-flight clubs has to help improve the performance of the Zambia national team, right? So if you look at last year, when I came here, both Nkana and Mufulira were struggling. There was Mufulira avoided relegation, I think, on the last day or the second last match of the season. This year, Nkana should have won. Okay? I have to mention some poor behavior from the Nkana supporters, which I hope will never ever be repeated. But they finished third, and I think that's significant. Equally, Mufulira finished 8th, right? Yeah. So that's improvement. And if the teams are improving, the national team has to improve. That's the way I look at it.
Yes, if the teams are improving, the national team has to improve generally. And talking about the national team, after the break, we'll be talking about the Copper Queens that will be representing us at the Women Africa Cup of Nations, as they will talk to us about their expectations. Remember, Zambia is in Group A with Morocco and obviously DR Congo and Senegal. So it is a very, very tight group. For now, let's stand by as we have a short break.
Sun Sports TV is now available countrywide.
Oh, yes!
Available countrywide. Channel 94 on Topstar decoders.
That's astonishing. It's absolutely world class.
Jump on the basic or classic bouquet on Topstar. Sun Sports TV, the home of all sports. Channel 94 on Topstar decoders. Available countrywide.
Warm your winter with the heated FIFA Club World Cup showdown on Topstar for just 210 kwacha on Antenna Classic OD Smart. Continue to witness pure football magic on Sunday, 22nd June, when Juventus clash with Wydad Casablanca at 18 hours and Real Madrid versus Pachuca at 21 hours. Also catch Atletico Madrid fight Botafogo on Monday, 23rd June at 21 hours, and Benfica takes on German champions Bayern on Tuesday, 24th June at 21 hours. Conclude the group stage with matchday 3 action. Dortmund versus Ulsan Hyundai FC on Wednesday, 25th June at 21 hours, and Juventus versus Manchester City on Thursday, 26th June at 21 hours. Quickly, get your Topstar decoder now and catch every goal from the group stage to the final, all live on World Football. Topstar, enjoy digital life.
Welcome back to Sports with the Boys, and obviously we welcome our radio listeners. We've been with the TV viewers from 10, so our radio listeners join us now. We've discussed a number of things, but you have not been left out. We are now sliding into discussing what you love most, and that is the women national team captained by Barbara Banda. They will be competing at this year's Women Africa Cup of Nations, which is scheduled for Morocco. It will kick off next week, Saturday, 5th July 2025, and Zambia's first game is a tricky encounter against Morocco. Coach Muzo, I'll begin with you. Zambia has met Morocco twice during the Olympic qualifiers. We've beaten Morocco on both occasions. So, how should we approach this game?
You know, personally speaking, what I would say is it's good that we are beginning the tournament with a host nation. By the virtue of, if we play them first, and if we can manage at least getting 3 points at the lowest point, we should get a point, then we should forget about the host nation. You know, it's very difficult to play host nation in the third game because it's a do or die game. Even them in this game, I'm sure they will be relaxed. They won't be, yes, they may have the home support, but they won't give us problems as per se. So I'm sure that Zambia is going to mint the 3 points which is needed from that game. Then we start focusing on the next two games. The most important game is the first one in every tournament.
In every tournament, but in your view, can we beat them again?
We can do it. We can do it. I'm confident of that. I'm still confident of the team, despite someone having said that no, Ave Chitundu is not there. We are not a one team, one player reliant team. There are so many players who can deliver in that team.
Okay, Kennedy, we changed tacticians. We had Bruce Mwape, who has taken us to major tournaments. He has taken us to 2 Olympics. I don't know how many AFCONs, the World Cup. So we decided to bring in Nora Hapto from your assessment, from the time that she took over, we've played a number of friendlies. Are you happy with the way she has settled in?
No, the friendlies have been so bad, I think one time, I don't know if it's in Europe or in Brazil, I saw a coach being fired through friendlies. She didn't feature on well because, how you prepare, it's how you are going to end. But Bruce, the challenge that I have, he had set the bar so high. So any other coach, as long as he doesn't take us beyond the stages that Bruce left us, people are going to say, no, we need to keep Bruce. In Tonga, there's what we say, Iji Nijipanduzi.
Meaning?
We are likely to go there. Iji Nijipanduzi meaning imupini. When you go into the field, you are cutting the logs. Then that ichma thing, chi handle, it breaks. Don't throw it away. Because once you throw it away because you have gotten a new one, someone will pick that one and he will use it. So, Bruce, to me, Chini Jipanduzi, very soon, Zambia will cover Bruce. And this is what I stated.
Or maybe to simplify it, I should say an old broom sweeps better
Not
than the
sweeps
new one.
better. Don't throw away the old broom. So, Bruce, I think he's just on standby. This is what I said. The problem is he set the bar so high. But to me, the friendlies that we had with Nola, they were showing the negative, not the positive. But however, if Barbara Banda it's now up to the players, but of course we have seen the technical bench, the results are negative. This is a fact. So Barbara Banda and the colleagues, her colleagues, should make sure that they represent Zambia so well. This is the point when Barbara Banda was so critical, because all the tournaments, World Cup, Olympics, and AFCON, women AFCON that they have played, Nora was not there, but Barbara Banda and the team, they were there. So Barbara Banda should take up the responsibility, or else Zambia is going to be disappointed. But when you look at the opponent like Morocco, we have always been beating Morocco. To me, that has been always the easiest opponent for Zambia. But if we take things for granted again, we have already changed the head like the coach. Zambia will be disappointed. But
Okay.
This is what I'm saying. This is the time that we need Barbara Banda more than anything.
Okay. Sean, do you feel Bruce Mape was supposed to be part of this technical bench? Maybe as technical director or maybe as assistant to Nora?
Actually, I would put it this way. But before I answer your question, I would not. I would disagree with Kennedy on one thing. It's not a problem that Coach Bruce Mape set the bar high. He did a very good thing. It is actually a great thing, such that Nora should have, a bar that she needs to beat. Is what I mean. So now, to answer your question, I feel actually it's supposed to be the other way around. We should have kept Bruce. Because why? I didn't see the reason why he was supposed to be, let go. Nora was supposed to be brought in just to reinforce the technical department. She's the one who was supposed to be the assistant to Bruce Mape. Yes. So now, moving forward, I feel the fact that we've beaten Morocco several times, this shouldn't be, a benchmark to say because we've beat them and everything. Each and every game comes with a lot of surprises. Like you keep on saying, the more we get complacent that we beat Morocco every day, the more Morocco is working on their mistakes all the times that they've met Zambia. So if we go in with that approach to say Morocco is going to be walkover, or Morocco will beat them every day, we might be in for a surprise. And now looking at the standards that Morocco has and the facilities that they have, plus the 12th player who happens to be the fans, Ishman, we have a huge task to tackle here.
Coach Muzo, before I get to Irene Lungu, this is a grudge match. Let's not forget that they so much wanted to go to the Olympics. That's Morocco, and it was at the expense of Zambia that they couldn't go. And then also, I want you to talk on the issue of us changing coaches. Have the girls adapted accordingly? Because obviously she came in so vocal. She said Zambia has very good players. The only problem is that they need to tighten their tactical screws, meaning Bruce was not up to scratch. So, when you read between the lines, she was actually telling us, if it was me.
but you guys, I beg to be given just a minute.
Yeah.
To me, I think it was a very bad decision that the FA made. Nona was just talking because she needed the job for them. ngafuna mkazi forex, you can cheat this and that. What she was talking on Zambia, they would have looked at what do we need to achieve, but they employed her because of what she was talking about, and very soon we are going to be disappointed. That one I assure you.
Okay, well, Muzo, now you.
Bruce Mape is a good coach. He has taken Zambia to the Olympics twice, to the World Cup before. We can't talk about the AFCON. So what I'm
Thank you very much for coming through. Plus 260-212-6171-40. Let's pick 2 more calls, then we can continue with our discussion. We'll talk about Ndola United.
Hello,
Mkwai. Okay, Chanda, go ahead.
Tulenda kufesi paliba Bruce paliba Nora up to Azenia. I think Nora atopele sana nani chance kuwatesha kama friendlies na countries na yambi but bana pia ko bwino omba pakupanga ko bwino ora ni project not this time Quanto ma players ibara bari finda ba Bruce mwatu bara bere bara runa bakota bakashara so ndi after nangu 2 years pero totira ko 2 years ole benga bomba banora patotera bomba liko.
Okay, thank you. Sean, you want to react to that?
Yes, unfortunately I don't think we have that 2 years because right now we're going into a tournament that we are supposed to win. You see what I mean? So this time around, I think it's a question of us seeing the results. We need that trophy. Last time we maintained bronze, like we've discussed here, and we cannot go for anything less than a bronze right now. Okay. So that's 2 years. I'm not too sure if it's there. No, absolutely not. No, absolutely
okay, let's
not.
talk to this caller, then we can come back and talk about Ndola United. Hello, you are through to Sports with the Boys.
Shani bafoli.
Wino tranda na manana.
Nabamwebelepo mulera ndamwebelepo.
Tuwebere nipo tumfwe.
Aisa sangwachi. Alisa yumpa sana Real Isa inena anapanga wine timu. Mamonaka. Twali kweteba Blues bola bale winisha nangula balete achipike big type of football. You see? So if tulefa nombo ku tournament. Tulefa kuzenda ka tournament kono. Not last time to chef maba banani kan ba number 3. So at least kuti namkosesha kwa mkashana pose kwa maana ngalisho akalonga kabwele kukano kwafu na totela for ngombe.
Okay, thank you very much for coming through. So it's to be an interesting tournament. Remember, Zambia versus Morocco. Second game, it's the opening game of the tournament. Second game, it's Zambia versus Senegal, which is on the 9th, and then on the 12th, which was the last group game, it's Zambia versus DR Congo. So I'm also interested to see how DR Congo is going to perform. I looked at their profile, and they've got some interesting players. One of the players to look out for is their goalkeeper. Yeah, and obviously one of the big strikers who's playing in France for Paris Saint-Germain. Yeah, I totally agree with you, Coach Muzo. Let's slide into some local football now. On a sad note, Ndola United have lost one of their players, Chabu, who died yesterday. He just collapsed in Lusaka. In Lusaka, then he was rushed to Chilenge high-level hospital. He was pronounced dead. He was one of the influential midfielders there. So condolences to the Ndola United Football Club and the family as well, Chabu's family, and the rest of the football fraternity. And then obviously the others, Sean did mention them in his preamble. Now let's talk about administrative issues at Ndola United. Information reaching my desk suggests that things are not going on smoothly. I got information that they've advertised the coaching job minus doing due diligence, and then also the team manager's job is on the line. I don't know if they want to do away with the rest of the technical bench, bring in new people to run football. And then also administratively, I learned that the clubhouse has been invaded. Kennedy, you've been to Musa.
Of course, last week I went to Musa. I found the clubhouse there are two clubhouses. This one for the soldiers and the other one for Ndola United Football Club. You know, the essence of that club is to assist the players in any financial or challenges that they have. a player would walk in there, maybe go and get a 300 as a loan. It's a club, just to go and maybe assist his problems, buy meal, this and that. Then at the month end, then he pays. But apparently now,
it's in private hands.
What is on the ground? They are saying now the new chairman for Ndola United, Mr. Edwin Sisha. Now, what they have decided now, without following the due procedure, the club is now taken over by the wife. Now, what people are saying, how are the players going to benefit? Because even if the wife would say, no, I'll be assisting the players, it's not in contract. I feel if the council, that is a property for council, if the council wanted someone to run it, they would have advertised, and none of the members who is an official for Ndola United would have taken advantage. They would have just declared the interest. Yeah, so there is a lot of talking. People at Musa, those at Maiteke, the supporters, former players, they are not happy about it because they are saying now the chairman is taking things personal. He's not following the procedures.
This is the man who went unopposed.
This is the man who went unopposed. This is what we are talking about just on this same platform for it. I don't like the issue of saying unopposed this and that, And when these guys, when they are coming into,
come on, Kamanga went unopposed.
Yeah. So now, what we wanted for some people, they are even proposing the issue of impeachment. I think yesterday there was a meeting, so let's hope they are going to resolve, the first thing, without even changing the technical bench, they would have looked at players 3 months, they have not been paid before, winning bonuses. No, the technical now, the officials. So even the bonuses, they are not paid. So
but anyway, gentlemen,
let
me be a devil's advocate here. Have there been handover notes? Because this is a new executive that was ushered in before this league kicked off. Apparently, this was done. The elections were done midway the previous season. But the question is, did the two executives have a meeting, handover, takeover? Oh, I was chairman, this is what I did, so I expect you to pick up from here. Oh, I was treasurer, this is how we spent the money, this is what we have in our coffers, so pick up from here. If there was
there was no handover. And what people are saying now, the current situation is worse than what they had before.
Okay, now we have to go. My producer says we are running out of time. This is where we come to the close of this edition of Sports with the Boys. Join us next week, Saturday, for another exciting edition. We are out. Bye-bye.